Hey everybody, welcome to Sid's Tips. And today I look forward to talking with you about the Kuru Chicane trail shoe. Now I learned about Kuru footwear a few years ago when I was dealing with plantar fasciitis pain, and thank goodness a few years gone by, doing a whole lot better. And in fact, I had tried this shoe back then when I was having heel pain, and it just was such an awkward feeling shoe, and I just didn't find that they were working for me. Now that my feet are feeling good, it's been a lot better of an experience. So we'll go ahead and dive in. I'm going to put a link in the description where you could learn more about all the Kuru shoes, and also I'll put a code if there is one available so you could save money on them. So definitely check out the Chicane. Comes in a number of different colors. This is obviously the black one. It's mesh, so you're going to have it to be more breathable. And I also like, they have a gray color too. Unfortunately, they didn't have it in wide, so I go with a wide shoe. These are an 11.5 wide, which is pretty standard for me. We'll talk about the width and the toe box here in a minute. And as far as the insoles, these are the insoles that they come with. It says arch support, plantar fasciitis bridge. So there you go. But what I did was I ended up using my own custom insole. And with these shoes in particular, even though they're wide, I definitely would recommend going with a thinner insole if you do, or just go with the ones there. If you got a thick orthotic and you have a wide foot, or even a narrow foot, you might find the toe box, which I want to just talk about now, because I usually, again, wear an 11.5 wide. I found that the toe box in this design was still a little bit narrow. So while I had some room, I wore a thin sock, I had the thin insole, and I did find that the toe box was a little tight for me. But as I started walking, I started getting more and more comfortable. So just keep that in mind. They run true to size. If you're going to be a 4E, I think you're going to have an issue with this style shoe. So that's just my experience. Now, let's go ahead and weigh the shoe. And this is a heavier shoe, and I think you'll find that trail shoes are going to be heavier because they're more of a solid built type of shoe. And there's some very lightweight ones, but ones that are going to give you good support, they're going to be a little bit heavier. So this is, again, 11.5 wide. This is 16.54 ounces. So there you go. So it is going to be certainly heavier than a lot of other shoes, and I think partially just the rubber material, and then this inner material here. This is just a really unique system. And when you go to the website, because I think that will do more justice than me explaining to you, but it is like a harder plastic all around here. Now back here, yeah, so the blue is softer. So the blue is softer, and then especially in the heel where you're stepping on your heel, that is a soft material that's going to give well. And then here you're going to have really good arch support. Now that is firm. You're not going to really be able to bend the shoe there. It is bendable by the toe box, but it's got a quick rebound. And then of course when you have your insole, you're going to add some extra comfort support as well. So even though this inner part of this arch support is firmer, that didn't really bother me. But what I did like is that I felt like it gave me good support. Now, over the past 3 weeks, I had two paces particular that I really put them to the test. One was climbing Stone Mountain, which is beautiful. If you ever come to Atlanta, go to Stone Mountain. See amazing sunrises and sunset. As you can see here, I got a great sunset view with the shoe. And then also today I went to Sweetwater Creek Park, which is another great place to go hiking, and there I got to try on different rocks and also on dirt on the trail, and to get a good feel, and we'll talk about that experience. So one of the things which is interesting is the lacing system and that design. Some people thought that's kind of a weird look, and that's what I thought too. Is that kind of weird? And I don't know if I really like the look, but there's a reason for that, and let me actually share with you what they mention on the website. So it's a proprietary asymmetrical tongue design that follows the line of the foot for a better, more adjustable fit. So it's a very interesting idea what they've done, and they probably have put a lot of time and attention into the detail for that. So that's the reason. Now the other thing too, with the shoe, which I like, and I think you'll find this in a lot of other types of hiking and trail shoes. It's got like a web tongue, so it's going to keep that dirt and rocks from getting into the shoe, so I do like that. The tongue is a nice thick tongue, so it's a nice thick tongue, and you got some nice padding along back here on the top for your foot. So it gets a little thinner, on the inside there, but around the top part of the foot, it's great. The lacing system works well. I had a double knot, but it's not really stretchable, but it's a good lacing system. I didn't find the lace was too long, but it's a good lace there. As far as, let's talk about the sole and how it gripped. So I found for the most part it gripped well. There were some occasions where there was sand, and anytime there's sand on a rock, it's going to be a little bit more slippery. So I found those were the only times where maybe I felt like my footing wasn't as stable. But otherwise, when I went down Stone Mountain where it's steep, I felt like it was gripping well. I didn't really get to test it with wet rocks, so I don't know how they're going to hold up with wet rocks. But as I was rubbing my hand on the bottom of the sole, it seems that the gray rubber is more grippier than the black, perhaps, maybe a little bit more. So you'll be able to get more information, although it's fairly grippy. It's definitely, I think it's certainly more grippier on the gray. So it's an interesting design. Again, you'll be able to find out the reasons why they maybe have designed that layout that way. But all in all, I found the shoe to support me very well. There were a couple times today, I think our hike was about a little over 4 miles. So I felt, and again, I'm still getting used to the shoes. They felt like they supported me well. There were a couple of times just for a minute or so, felt a little uncomfortable, but then I felt, if I look at the whole experience of my hike today, it was a good feel. I just wish they were a little bit more roomier in the toe box, but otherwise, this is a really great, stable shoe, and one that's going to be a different experience than some of their other shoes or any other trail shoe, and especially because of this system they have in place, and it's tied in. You can't pull it out. So you're gonna, it's in here to make sure that it's it's a stable system. I don't think you can pull that out. I don't know how that got in there. That's some kind of rubber band. That's interesting. But there you go. So let me know what questions you might have. I'll try and answer those for you. If you have worn the Chicane shoe, let me know what you think. But nice job to Kuru Footwear for stepping up. Let me just see if there's anything else that I should cover while we're discussing this video. And so again, improved alignment. Unlike anything else, Kuru sole improves your alignment for posture and for healthier you. And so that's why they came up with the lacing system, and again, that arch support. It says here, for move those toes, a more generous, broader toe box gives your toes room to move, perfect for Morden's, Neuroma, hammer toes, bunions, and more. Breathable, moisture wicking liners to keep your feet dry and happy. So those are some highlights. Now, do keep in mind with Kuru, what is great about Kuru, they stand behind their shoes. I think they've added a new guarantee, so you do want to check the website. But one thing for sure is you can order these, you take them home, you walk around them in your house, and you see how they feel. If they don't work, guess what? They're going to send you a return label, you send them back, and then that's it. That's the risk. So there is no risk to try the shoes. One of the things I like too, this is the box that it comes in. So it's interesting, they don't actually have a top of the box. They have, it comes in this shipping box like this, and that is the box. And then you can use the same return back if you need to. They got a 3M tape. You just tape it up, and then you just send it back, and they'll send you the return address label to send it back. They really are great support. And I will also put a link to my conversation that I had with the VP, Sean, at the company, and it's a great interview that I had. He kind of shares more about the company, the experience, and just the whole, everything you probably really want to know about the company. So it was a great experience, and I hope to have some other conversations with them as well. So that's it. Check out the Kuru Chicane shoe. Number of different colors to choose from, medium widths, wide widths, and again, if they don't fit, you just can send them back. Again, this is going to be a different type of feel shoe than any of their other shoes that they have, and certainly probably as compared to some other type of trail shoes because of that inner support. All right, everybody, have a great day. Please leave any comments, questions, and again, if you're wearing or have worn the Chicane shoes, how are they working for you? Love to get some other feedback as well. All right, everybody, have a healthy day and make sure your feet are smiling. Take care.